Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is my 2024 Tesla Model 3 Long Range All-Wheel Drive. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how this car compares to my previous Golf R, because I've had a Mark 8 Golf R, it was a 2023 20th anniversary. And I want to compare this car, how it is as a daily, because my Golf R was my daily. So how this car stacks up as a daily in comparison to the Mark 8 Golf R. They're both similar price, they're both all-wheel drive, they both have similar features. Like Golf R is more of an enthusiast car, this is more of like a really good daily. So, but first off, obviously styling, right? I think the 2024 and newer Tesla Model 3s look pretty nice. It's definitely a lot better than the previous gen in my personal opinion. The Golf R I think looks great as well. I believe the Golf R is definitely more interesting looking. It definitely stands out more. Like this one, you see it going down the road, you're just like, oh, it's another Tesla. You don't even blink twice. And obviously I have the dual motor, I don't have the performance, so the exterior looks exactly the same as a base model aside from the dual motor badge. So as far as styling, I'm gonna say the Golf R wins in the styling department. Definitely looks more like a sporty hot hatch, looks cooler in my personal opinion. But the Model 3 is not a bad looking car. Now let's go ahead and hop inside and check out some of these features. The Tesla has the really nice ambient lighting that runs all along the interior. The Golf R has the same thing. This one has power folding mirrors when you lock the door. The Golf R has the same thing. This one has automatic up down for all 4 windows. So let me show you guys this here. Automatic down, automatic up. Golf R also has that, which is really nice. However, the Tesla has a power driver and passenger seat. The Golf R only has a power driver seat. Let's go and hop in here. The Tesla has a bigger screen in the middle, but it doesn't have a screen here. The Golf R has a heads-up display like I mentioned. The Tesla doesn't have a heads-up display. Everything is right here. As far as like the interior features, these front seats are heated and cooled. The Golf R also has heated and cooled seats in the front. And then the Tesla has heated seats for the rear passengers. The Golf R also has heated seats for the rear passengers. The Tesla has a dash cam built into the car and has Sentry mode to where you can monitor the exterior all from your phone, and it can record if like someone opens their door on you and stuff. The Golf R doesn't have any features like that. The Tesla system is extremely fast and very easy to use. So like you guys can see just how quick everything is. Like it's literally instant, just like a phone. Right? If I were to do that in the Golf R, because I owned one, mind you, I'm speaking from experience, it would be a little laggy. It wouldn't be as quick, obviously. The system, definitely the Tesla wins because this operates just like an iPhone does. So Tesla wins as far as like the operating system. As far as like storage space inside, the Tesla wins again because it has super huge door pockets. However, the Golf R does have pretty decent sized door pockets as well. The Tesla has more legroom in the front, but the Golf R is pretty good as well. The headroom wise, they're about the same, but the Golf R has slightly more headroom for the rear because you can see the back kind of tapers down a little bit, whereas the Golf R is a little bit more straight. So the Golf R does have better headroom for the rear passengers. But legroom, definitely the Tesla has a little bit more. And then for the rear seat passengers, the Tesla has a lot more legroom than the Golf R. And then as far as storage space in the middle, I have a pretty big console right here, and I have a big storage compartment in the middle here that can open up. So the Tesla definitely wins on the interior storage department. Now I briefly touched on the features, but I did write down a list of features that the Golf R has over the Tesla and features that the Tesla has over the Golf R. So the Golf R has Nappa leather front seats instead of this like vegan like fake leather material. Even though this leather feels nice, the Golf R does have a high quality Nappa leather for like the front seats. The Golf R has front and rear parking sensors. This car uses like a vision-based sensing system, which I believe is not that great because sometimes the vision can be off, or like if a gate opens up, it'll still think the gate is closed. So the vision system is not as good as just having normal front parking sensors. The Golf R also has cornering lights, so when you turn the wheel at night, a little light will pop up in the corner so you can see like what's on the right. And then obviously the Golf R has the exhaust sound, right? The exhaust sound, the pops, all that stuff is really cool. Now, as far as the Tesla is concerned, the Tesla has a full self-drive capability, so the car can completely drive itself. It has the option to summon the car, so you can have it come to you if you're like within like, I believe it's like 200 feet or something like that. I'll put it on the screen. The headlights are matrix capable now, so when you're driving down the road, it'll pop on the high beam, and then when a car drives by, it'll dim that section when the car drives by and then light it back up after they leave, which is a really cool feature. It has remote start because you can start the car from your phone. The Golf R in the United States does not have remote start at all, not even on an app, which is really unfortunate because that's something that I really like. And then obviously no gas. You don't have to worry about going to the gas station. If you have charging at home, you never ever have to worry about stopping for gas or the inconvenience of just going to get gas on your way to work or whatever. And then the rear seat infotainment. So you can play games on here, you can watch Netflix. It's much more enjoyable for your rear seat passengers to have their own little climate control and screen in the back. The Golf R doesn't have anything like this. But other than that, believe it or not, the Golf R has tons of features and is actually very similar to the features that you get with the Tesla. So they're both great. So the Tesla has a power trunk, the Golf R does not. And then if you can see in here, hopefully the camera can show, the Tesla has tons of room in the trunk. So it goes like way in there for room. And the Golf R, it maybe goes about like this far as like how deep it is, but it's taller because it's a hatchback. So you have that like that versatility of having the hatchback. But the Tesla definitely has a much longer trunk. You can fit longer items in here. And then it has this huge storage compartment underneath the trunk floor as well. So storage definitely goes to the Tesla. There's so much room in this car. You can put things pretty much anywhere. And then like I said, power trunk. And you can't forget, since it's an electric car, it also has a front trunk as well. So you have even more storage space up here. So let's say you get some takeout, right? Or you get some pizza, whatever, you don't want it stinking up your interior. You can just put that all in here so it's in a nice enclosed compartment. Next up, we're gonna take the Tesla for a spin. We're gonna talk about the performance difference between the Golf and the Tesla. We're gonna talk about the comfort, like the ride comfort and stuff like that, how nice each one is to drive. And then also I'm gonna share my personal opinion, my personal thoughts at the end on what I think after owning both the Golf R and this Tesla Model 3. So let's get started. So let's talk about the comfort of the vehicle. So both of the cars have really comfortable seats. The Golf R has slightly better like bolsters and stuff, but both of the seats are very comfortable. As long as you're like a normal sized adult, you should enjoy both of the seats. But the Golf R will hug you in a little bit more on turns. This one will be a little easier to slide in and out of the seat and stuff like that, since they're wider and they don't have those tall bolsters. But as far as the suspension is concerned, they both have an excellent ride. So the Golf R, you can program it to where the suspension's in like a super comfort mode, and it rides like a dream. Like even with the 19-inch wheels and everything like that, it rides really good. The Tesla also rides really good. So for 2024, the new Highland Model 3, they did some changes to the suspension, and now the car rides really, really nice. So the previous gen did not ride that good. It was a little, it kind of crashed over bumps a little bit. Maybe a W to the Golf R because it does have an adjustable suspension, whereas this suspension is just fixed. So you can't like make this suspension like more stiff if you wanted to. You kind of have to leave it in the comfort mode. As far as road trips, I've taken a road trip to California in both the Golf R and in the Tesla. They both do amazing on road trips. It's nice and quiet, nice and smooth. So no issues there with road trips on both cars. I will say this though, the Golf R has a really good like lane centering system, like adaptive cruise control and stuff, but the Tesla's is even better. So the Tesla does win as far as like, you know, like the full self-drive and just how smooth everything works as far as like the driver assist technology. So the Tesla definitely wins in that department. Obviously not having to do like oil changes and don't have to really worry about maintenance other than tires really. That's kind of another W for the Tesla. Now let's talk about the performance. So I draggy tested my Golf R, and I've also draggy tested this Tesla several times. As you guys know, this is a long range all-wheel drive, so it's not the base Tesla. It does have the dual motor and all-wheel drive. This is much faster than the Golf R. I know it sounds crazy, but it is. So the Golf R, I got a 0 to 60 in 4.29, and that's before 1 foot rollout. So with 1 foot rollout, it's probably like 4.09 or 4.1 or something like that. And I did a quarter mile at 12:54 at 110.39 miles an hour in the Golf R. And that was one of my best runs. Most of the time it traps 109, 110, but that was one of my best runs, and it was actually when I first got the car. It did great. The Tesla, on the other hand, did a 12.04, so a whole 0.5 seconds faster at 117 miles an hour. So that trap speed is freaking moving. And now I will say this, that was on 92% state of charge. I know some people, they charge only to 80, like when they charge at home, or charge only to 85, so they might not be on 92% at all times. So what I did was I showed you guys, or I have a draggy run at 70%, and that was at 12.23 at 115.05 miles an hour. So even at 70% charge, the Tesla is much faster than the Golf R. Now, obviously, straight line speed isn't everything, and the Golf R is able to be tuned to be faster than the Tesla. Like once you do an E85 tune on the Golf R, it's faster than the Tesla, both 0 to 60 and through the quarter mile. But stock for stock, the Tesla is much, much faster. Now, I will say this: braking, handling, back roads, fun, Golf R all the way. It brakes way better, it handles way better, it's more fun to drive. But straight line speed, there's no arguing the Tesla is faster, stock for stock. Now that we got all the actual like real data and stuff out of the way, let's talk about my personal opinions after owning both. So this is gonna sound cheesy, but logic says the Tesla is a better car. My heart says the Golf R is a better car. So the Golf R, I absolutely loved it. Those of you who watch my channel, I never really had anything bad to say about the car. I loved pretty much everything about it. But the Tesla is better at what I'm using it for. The instant torque is amazing. Not having to worry about gear shifts or being in the wrong gear or anything like that's also amazing. Not having to go to the gas station, not having to spend money on gas. Because I live in Nevada, and unfortunately we get like some of California's gas prices. It's not nearly as bad, but we do get some of California's gas prices here. So gas is a little bit on the expensive side here in Vegas. I'm able to charge the car at home, so it's really easy. I never have to go to the gas station ever. My electric bill literally went up like $30 a month on average. So that's literally nothing, because I drive the car quite a bit. I drive about 1,000 to 1,200 miles a month. This car does have a little bit more space. It's a little bit of a wider car, so the passenger is a little further away from you. You're not like right on top of your passenger. You know, the car is really smooth and quiet. It's very carefree. The self-driving is incredible. Since I have Tesla credits, thank you guys for using my referral code. I sometimes pay for the 1 month self-driving just so I can use the self-driving or use some and whatever, and that's literally incredible. Like, it's crazy the technology this car has. You know, obviously I love how fast the screen is and stuff like that, but the Golf R was just so fun to drive. I love the way it looked. Like, some people think it looks boring, it looks like just a regular Golf. I think the Golf R looks incredible. It's kind of ironic, there's a Tesla to the right and a Tesla to the left of me. Lots of Teslas around here in Vegas. But anyway, I love the way the Golf R looked. I love the little pops when it shifts, you know, the DSG. You know, it was so impressive for what it was. Like, you wouldn't expect a compact 4-cylinder hatchback to be so fast. Like, to do a 4.2 0 to 60 is just crazy. Like, in a compact hot hatch, right? The Integra Type S, the Civic Type R, the WRX, the GR Corolla, they can't even hold a candle to the amount of performance that the Golf R has. So I love that part about it, having kind of like the best in the class. I loved having the hatchback was kind of cool. I was able to fold the seats down and kind of put some stuff in the trunk that I otherwise wouldn't be able to fit in like a normal car. Braking, you know, the handling part of it, the suspension adjustments. There was just a lot to like about that car. And then after I tuned it, it was even more enjoyable. You know, it was faster. The top speed limiter was removed. That car still holds my record for the fastest I've ever driven in a car because it had the top speed limiter removed. I went 184. You guys think I'm joking? I went 184 in my Golf R after it was tuned. And I think I have a video online of me going 180 in it. I was testing out the top speed, but I was able to hit 184 at a separate occasion, which is just incredible. I mean, imagine going 184 miles an hour and just a 91 tuned Golf R. Like, that's crazy. So I loved a lot about it. This car makes more sense, but the Golf R, my heart says Golf R. Like, I just love that car so much. And I don't want to get another one because I'd feel even dumber than how I felt when I sold it by just buying another Golf R, because I don't want to buy two of the same car. You know, I already had a Golf R, already had a GTI, so it wouldn't make sense for me to buy another one. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video. It was kind of on my mind. I watched the video, Rady's Rides did a video on a 25 GTI, and it just reminded me, I'm like, oh man, I missed that car. It was a lot of fun. Like the Golf R is like the GTI, but just even better. And yeah, I do kind of miss that car. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't 100% perfect. Like I made the 10,000 mile review video. I did get a check engine light. They had to fix something under warranty. It was like a something to do with like the emissions or purge valve or something like that. I forgot what it was. So I had to get that fixed. It did have like the squeak at idle, like it's almost sounded like a belt squeak or something. It was very faint. They weren't able to fix that, but it was so minor that it didn't bother me too much. But the car wasn't 100% perfect. The Tesla has been 100% perfect. Like this car has similar mileage. Like I think I have like 11,000 miles now. Yeah, I have 11,300 miles. So the Golf R, I drove it for 15 or 16,000 miles. This car hasn't had one problem at all. Not one problem. So, you know, like I said, this car is technically, and especially like on paper and when you look at what the use case and stuff, because I still have my BMW M2 if I want a fun gas powered car that handles good and sounds good and stuff like that. But this car just is better. It is better, but I still love my Golf R. So I guess it just depends on what you're looking for. If you're cross shopping a Model 3 long range and a Golf R, do you want something that's a little bit more unique, something that's more fun to drive, something that's cool, has the ability to be tuned and stuff like that? Or do you want just the ultimate best daily driver that just makes the most sense? And it's actually faster in a straight line. So, I don't know, I guess that's a decision for you guys to make. Before we end the video, you guys know I gotta do one takeoff. So we're at a light. If I was in my Golf R and I wanted the fastest 0 to 60, I'd have to set up my launch control and get that all ready. The Tesla, you just floor it. That's funny. That Tacoma was accelerating very slowly, but those are very slow vehicles. Yeah, it's extremely quick. Like, I honestly don't need my daily to be this fast. I love speed, which is why like sometimes I second guess if I should have got the performance, because I love speed. But it doesn't need to be this fast. Like my daily doesn't have to be this fast. This car is pretty much faster than anything in its price range. Anything 50,000 or less, brand new, this car is faster than. And it's faster than a lot of cars that are more expensive than this car. And I'm talking about acceleration, not top speed, because it only tops out at 125. But acceleration wise, it's pretty much faster than anything under 50 grand. Like name one car under 50 grand that's faster than this car. Nothing. I don't think so. Maybe a Mustang GT, but I've raced several of those, and even in roll races I beat them to 125. So we're gonna do another takeoff here just because it's electric. We're not worrying about heating up the engine or letting it warm up or anything like that. You can just floor it and take off. So we're gonna take off again. It's nice being able to just floor it and go and not worry about having to set up launch control or anything like that. Because the Golf R, if you just floor it from a standstill, it takes a little while between like the DSG engaging the clutches and the turbo kicking in and stuff like that for it to actually take off. It was still quick, but this you just floor it at any point in time and it just goes. Thank you guys for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.